that deadly wound, all right, the deadly wound that they thought it would be unto death, but you know, it recovered from that, so to say, and it came back as Babylon the Great, all right, the NATO EU, okay, the power structure that the so-called white man has on the earth, which includes NATO, the EU, America. All right, that makes up a big conglomerate of the modern day revived Roman Empire, which America is the spearhead of that.
Okay. It says, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
Right. So the Lord said He will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. All right. The Lord, He's not going to destroy the nation of Israel, all right, the people of Israel in its entirety, because you have a remnant. Okay.
This is Revelation 18:4.
After that, grab that Zechariah 13.
This is Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues."
Yeah, and that plague being a thermonuclear destruction, man. All right, so that voice from heaven commanding the elect to come up out of this place, man. Commanding the 1/3, all right, because 1/3 of Israelites here in America will be saved, and 2/3 will be destroyed. So the Lord is going to command the 1/3, the remnant, right, according to Amos 9:8, that will not be destroyed, utterly destroyed, to be delivered up out of this, right, pending destruction.
Right. Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven.
Right, so her sins have reached unto heaven. Eventually, when the angels, you know, there's going to come a time when they're going to give that final report. All right, like that, yeah, that song and also that commercial a couple years ago, the final countdown. There's going to come a time when that final countdown,
it's going to be real.
Yeah, where that's all she wrote. All right, that's all he wrote, should I say?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is going to destroy this place, man, with people in it.
That's right.
Okay.
Reading on, it says, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities.
Right, so the Lord has remembered her iniquities. Now the so-called white man try to rewrite history, and you know, it's not rewriting the history ain't something as you know, we're gonna wait 50 years and then, you know, it used to be somewhat like that, you know, where they'd wait a period of time till a couple generations die off and then they switch everything up, how they was trying to do with the textbooks in Texas dealing with slavery. But now Esau is just winging it with his media and his television. You know, these movies, all these movies he got coming out where a so-called white man is a hero. You know,
every nation.
Yeah, every nation. You got these movies where they play all the biblical characters. They all got leprosy. All right, he's rewriting history for just you know, as the days go by, man. Okay, but he ain't gonna be able to do that forever, man. All right, the Lord, He allowed Esau to have his way and to you know, prosper and pretty much deceiving the whole world. But there's coming a time when the Lord He's not going to allow that to happen anymore. Okay.
Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double.
Yep.
How much?
The cup that she had filled to her double. Okay. Which all the wickedness and perverseness that America has done on this planet. All right. The only way that it can properly be paid back is for this place to be completely eradicated from the planet Earth.
That's right.
You know, you have the America going back to the revived Roman Empire. Britain is fighting tooth and nail to just hijack shit that don't belong to them. You know, and you know that's why the Lord fucking hates this place, man. Sure. I was thinking of that scripture where it said mentioned jumping chariots. There's a scripture that mentions jumping chariots. And I was thinking about it like a couple days ago. Now these fucking trucks, man. These okay, all right. So like it, I stand corrected, but you know, not but to go along with it. Well, you know, fucking these big ass trucks, man. They fucking irritate all of us. You know?
Yeah, that's confusing, man. Big ass truck hitting the gas for what reason? You're not fucking going anywhere. You got less than a car length in front of you, and you hitting the gas all hard like you're doing something.
What he was trying to do was get that black smoke to pop out, you know, hoping that the drift of the wind was gonna blow it over here. Yeah.
Same.
But yeah, going back to the revived Roman Empire, you got the British fighting tooth and nail to, you know, steal shit that don't belong to them, blame it on somebody else. You know, you got America down there in Venezuela trying to take what don't belong to them. You know, so hey, the only way that this place, America, can be completely paid back in totality is via this place being destroyed with fire, man, thermonuclear fire. At that.
Well, Edom being destroyed with that fire.
Yeah.
Verse 7: How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her.
Yeah, hey, these people, they live deliciously, man. Here it is. It's a damn famine in certain parts of America. All right, that's quickly spreading to various parts of to all regions of America. You know, these certain businesses, like I think we mentioned last week. There's some. In not Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh, you know, they're known for steel, making steel, manufacturing steel, and you got plants that's just closing down left and right all over the place, man, closing down, right? So here it is, businesses is shutting down, fleeing America, going to other countries. You got famines hitting this place. You got a heat wave that's about to cook niggas, you know, on the East Coast and the South and the Midwest, all right? And you still got people in America that's proud, man, all right? Because of the pride of America, this place is gonna be destroyed, man.
That's right.
With Edomites in it.
That's right.
You know? Go ahead.
Latter part of
yeah, and the Gooks too, man. You Gooks, you love Esau, man. Second Ezra 16, man. Hoper in the partaker in the hope of Babylon. Whatever America projects as numbers for 50 years down the road pertaining to economics and whatever, you know, stocks. Fucking
agriculture.
Yeah, what they call that, like the ratio of deaths to births. They call it like as many people as born die. I forget the name of it, but it's a ratio. Salaki, but yeah, in every aspect of a society, you got Moab and Ammon that want to partake in Esau's hope, man. You know. Go ahead.
Latter part of 7 says, "For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow."
Yeah. Hey, like the bitch Cersei from Game of Thrones, man. queen and him no widow. You know, here it is, bitch having an affair with her brother, or committing incest with her brother.
And an affair.
And affair on top of affair on top of affair.
Yeah.
You know, just sleeping with whoever can give her some type of power. She slept with that one dude
The
for ships.
king of the ship, king of
the Greyjoys or something.
Greyjoy, yeah.
He was
He was a Greyjoy. I forget.
He was an uncle. Or whatever. With Iron Island. I don't know, shit.
All of that.
All that,
yeah.
all that
shit.
all that hoopla. Yeah, all that in the back of ships. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's just like America, man. If you got something that America can use, they'll fuck with you.
They'll open that quiver.
Yeah, they'll open that quiver. They'll let you hit raw. You know what I'm saying? Hey, grab what's that? Obadiah, all those that eat that bread have bread womb.
All the Confederacy.
Yeah, because that's what's happening, man. All these nations that America got over on, because America come with that crossing tiger, hidden dragon. You know what I'm saying? You know, oh, you need help? Oh, you guys don't have food? All right, we're gonna give you some GMO rice. In 10 years, your children are gonna have 13 toes, but it didn't come from the rice. All right, it didn't come from us. You know, that's what they've been doing to all these nations, man. Now all these nations is like, man, damn, that's what y'all been doing this whole time. Here it is. We confided in y'all. We trusted in y'all. We confided in y'all, and all y'all did was fucking sabotage us and backstab us like that, man. All right, we got something for you. Send them missiles. You know. Thaba, you had something?
No, I was just going to tell you that so far all I was able to find was this just called the birth-death ratio.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was another name for it.
You want the meat? You want the meat or you just want the point? Let me give you the meat then. This is Obadiah, verse 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom.
Hey, this is a vision, meaning that he's seen this. It's not something he just went to sleep and had a nightmare and you know, just wrote down, just freestyling some stuff. This is like a trance, you know. And the Lord can, you know, like he does give you visions, you know, dreams of the night. Like for instance, I had a dream last night that it was all us brothers together, and we was somewhere, man, and it was like society had collapsed, and there was these big ass cranes, construction cranes, 2 of them, man, that just came falling. Boom! They fell like right by us. You know what I'm saying? But we wasn't even hurt by the shit. One fell, boom, and then another one fell, boom. And we was like, oh shit. So we was like, fuck, let's look. It was weird because it was like military equipment on the cranes that fell down. So we was like, fuck, we was like in survival mode. So we was like, shit, like a video game. Let's ravage through here and see what we can take. But it was like in the military when you go on a ruck march and you had you had the standard couple shirts in there, some socks, you know, some personal hygiene shit. It was like shit like that pertained to some fucking dead soldiers. So we was like, damn, what the fuck? But yeah, so like, hey, that letting you know that the Lord, and it was known that the people whose these belongings belong to, they were dead. Like it was like we knew like these motherfuckers were dead. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's what's the infrastructure of America. The Lord's about to destroy this shit. All them soldiers that's getting sent overseas, they about to die. You know, the Lord, he gonna cash this shit down, man.
Yep.
That's crazy.
In the day, so like the day before that, I had a dream that we was holding camp, and there was all these different Israelite camps, bootleg Israelite camps that don't preach the truth, and we was preaching, and like I pulled up, I was flying, man. I met y'all brothers. I was flying and shit. I was flying through the trees and shit, and I was looking. I was like, man, what these bitch ass niggas over there? You know what I'm saying? Fucking all these whack ass camps. And then I seen the brothers, and you know, I pulled up flying. You know, hey man,
pulled up.
Yeah, man. You know, Lord willing, man. Lord willing.
Nah, that's great you said about the cranes falling, because when you see a crane in the area, you know that's something being built. So it's building the economy. But if you see a crane fall, you know that shit's not getting built no more. And it's detrimental to everything around it when that motherfucker collapses.
Seattle.
Yeah, that crane that fell in Seattle. Yeah.
Didn't the Heavenly Father say they shall build, but I will tear down?
777.
Yeah.
On that
Completion, baby. Completion. All right, reading on
I was thinking that too before you said that.
In latter part of verse 1, Obadiah verse 1, it says, "We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle."
Yep, rise up against her in battle, man. All right, these heathens gonna rise up against Esau in battle, man. All right, the big macho man that Esau claims to be, man, he ain't shit, man. Because when that smoke is Esau talk all the shit in the world, he'll you know, try to belittle you on the job, or you know, that pompous, proud ass, whack, no salt, no flavor, having ass spirit, that demonic spirit of his, you know, when he gets presented with that smoke, when a wild nigger loses his shit and it's like, man, you know how it is. Jake is we're humble people, you know, and there's only so much Jake could take before they just snap. And when they snap on Esau, this nigga Esau could be a damn bodybuilder. He'll bitch up, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Because man, you can feel when somebody just don't give a fuck, they don't care, like they don't care about life no more. And that's what's going to happen when Jake finally straps, because it's like fuck everything at that point. It's like, I'm ready to die, so I'm gonna take you with me.
Yeah.
And Esau's gonna see that, man. And Esau, what's the number one thing they're afraid of? Death. They don't want to die. So when they see that in Jake's eyes, man, they're gonna cry like they cried to Isaac. Yeah, there you go. You know how yeah. Like they cried about that birthright, man. Yeah. Verse 2.
A nation of crybabies, man.
A nation of bitches, man.
Bitch ass
wimps.
Sip ass motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Hey, verse 2. It says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art great."
You're starting to see that Esau, he ain't this great white hype that he proclaimed to be, man. There's more people of color than leprosy, man. All right, he is greatly despised amongst the heathens.
That's right.
Every nation of heathen hate the so-called white man. Everybody hates the so-called white man. All right, he's not the hunk of the earth no more, man. He's not the 777 again, man, and the 222 on the car in front of that one. He's not the race of people that everybody was afraid of. He's not the race of people that everybody ran to for answers, man. Everybody is shunning away from him for answers. They're not looking to Esau for answers. They're going about their own way, trying to set up and establish a world that doesn't include so-called white people.
That's right.
Okay, he's greatly despised, man. All right, so like the fact that this motherfucker, that he'll kill quote unquote innocent men, women, and children, that puts him on a level of like, what can you do with somebody like that, man? He'll kill the whole earth off, man. Just for some oil, man.
For some crude oil.
For some fucking crude oil, he'll kill everybody on planet Earth. It'll be 5 Edomites and billions of robots. Killed 7 to 8 billion people so he can have a real robots, man.
Yeah.
You just gonna say something?
I was gonna say proof of showing that these other nations ain't fearing Esau is how Ishmael and Ham keep snatching these American Edomites up, man. Snatching their ass up and doing all kinds of things to them before releasing the body and whatnot. And that wasn't the case, 20 years back. That wasn't the case, because that whole nation would get fucked up,
10 years back, they wasn't doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's spot on, bro.
Yeah, you just had that news article. Some so-called ISIS supporters got killed. They supposedly chopped up a Scandinavian hiker, or a Scandinavian Edomite bitch that was hiking. It was in the news a couple months ago, but bitch got killed, man. Bitch got killed. So yeah, man. Hey, fucking. And another thing too, the prophecy in Genesis where it says that so like speak real quick. You can read it. Speak.
Verse 2, it says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee." Yeah, man, the pride of Esau's heart has deceived him, man. Because, hey, pride is when you depart from your maker. And Esau has departed from the heavenly Father, all right? Because, hey, and it's clear to see, man. Everything he does is against the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, man. Hey, two men are not supposed to be sleeping together. But what does Esau do? He makes a law allow them to do such, allow them to get married and such. That's pride, man.
Yep.
That's pride, man. So the pride of Esau's heart has deceived him, man, because he thinks he's going to continue to live on, continue to overstep all these other nations to stay in power. No, that's not the case, man. It tells you in Ezra's. Was it 2nd Ezra 6th chapter? Hey, that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning of it that follows, man. Yeah. So that's telling you that Esau's end is coming and it's near. All right. It says, "Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock."
Yep, the cliffs of the rock. Any major city in America, you got brick and mortar piled to the heavens, man.
Yeah.
Fall to the heavens, man.
The foundation of all those skyscrapers is concrete.
Yeah.
Which concrete ain't nothing but a whole bunch of rocks together with other sediment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Hey, that's another reason why the earth is. The earth can't breathe, man. No, the earth can't breathe. It's dying. Just like a nigga woman, right? Nigga woman put a damn wig on her head for
18 hours a day.
No, but worse than that. You got nigga women who be 5 years old and mom be gluing fake hair in their head and all kind of shit like that, and it just carries on throughout their adulthood to where they just end up wearing. Their hair gets fried out of their head,
damaged,
lose their edges.
To the point of no return.
To the point of no return, to where they like, fuck it, I'm just put a wig on.
Yeah.
To where they end up looking like that one chick that brothers know, that one chick who had the maggots growing in her head from wearing that wig.
Yeah.
Or was she ever weaving?
That weaving for way too long.
Yeah. So what's supposed to have life underneath that wig, being her natural scalp, is dead. What do you think is happening to the earth, man?
Yeah.
That's the reason why crops don't grow the way they're supposed to grow. All right, everything stinks. You know what I'm saying? Because the earth is not breathing because of all this goddamn concrete everywhere, man.
Yeah. Concrete, asphalt, or variations of some type of shit that's smothering the earth. Man.
Yep.
Synthetic
Plastics, whatever you want to name, man. Esau has soiled the whole earth with it, man.
Yep.
Man, there's a fucking mountain of fucking trash that's in the ocean that's floating around that's radioactive now. Shit, from Fukushima. It's a mountain of trash in the goddamn ocean floating around and it's radioactive. Cause that's Esau, man. That shit's crazy, man.
Yep. That's why this devil gotta go, man.
That's right.
Exactly why.
That's right.
Reading on the latter part of verse 3, Obadiah 3, it says, "Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Yeah, Esau is proud, and he says that he in his mind is like, who gonna take me out of power? You got Donald Trump in office, all right? It's more than apparent that everybody hates this guy. Not only in America, but outside America, especially outside of America. There was on Real Story Hip Hop, there's a video where you had I guess them dykes from America won the soccer championship or World Cup, whatever.
Yeah.
Tennis.
Soccer. It was
Oh,
soccer.
the soccer one?
Soccer.
Oh, okay.
And so over in France, they was doing some media coverage of the soccer game, and they was in a bar saying, fuck Trump, fuck Trump. And you know, with that French accent, fuck Trump, or however the accent is.
Yeah.
And you know, and the fucking the newscaster or the news anchor was still like recording this shit, you know, but everybody hates Trump, everybody hates America, man. You know?
Hey, the brother, hey, shout out to that brother Adnan, man. He always say, what's popping with the population? He said, hey, that nigga Trump gonna be a pop at his inauguration. Hey, Otto and Ratazar, shit, you know?
Hey, if it's the Lord's will,
Yeah.
you know, we ain't saying we gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? You don't want somebody to take that
Right.
out of context.
We're gonna get put on that blacklist.
Yeah, I wish we already on, we don't give a fuck, but hey, we ain't gonna be the ones to do it. The Lord said,
Vengeance is mine.
wait ye upon me. You know, hey, we're narrators, man. Just how you got Morgan Freeman or Samuel Jackson that narrate a movie or narrate like an audio book or something. Mm-hmm. Hey, you even got Jakes that be narrating Bibles, audio Bibles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all we doing, man. This is the Acts of the Apostles and the brothers that fall under them. All right, narrating what's going on in real time that was prophesied of thousands of years ago.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Just never say publish it.
Yeah.
When you publish something, you know, back in the days, I had the people in this corner saying, extra, read all about it.
Yep.
That's basically what we're doing right now. Read all about it. It's in the scriptures, man. And it's being published through us speaking these words that Yahweh should put in our minds to say. Okay? That's what's being publicized, is this word, man. The death, destruction, plagues, pestilence, in the spirit of the Lord is being published, man.
That's right.
All right. Verse 4. It says, Obadiah verse 4. It says, thou that exalt thyself as the eagle.
It's like grab Psalm 26 and 7.
This is Psalms.
You know, to the point.
This is Psalms 26, verse 7. It says, that I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving and tell of all thy wondrous works.
And that's what we're doing. With Thanksgiving, we're publishing the word with Thanksgiving and declaring all the Lord's wondrous works. Man, what's going to be a wonder? What's the wondrous work that we're going to see soon, Lord willing? The whole nation of leprous people, from baby to old man, in shackles, man. In shackles, man. Like, when we get these Edomites in slavery, they going to have shit running down their leg, like literally. That's how fucked up of a predicament they're gonna be in. They're already scary as hell. You fucking walk around the corner, like for instance, I was coming up here, driving up here to camp, and you know, I was at a light, but it just so happened the light I was at, you had cars parked on the side, and so this lady came out of the restaurant, and it just so happened that the car she was getting into I was at the light parked right next to her car, and so when she walked out, she sees me in the car, and she was like scared to like even get in her car. Like, I'm like, man, this shit is ridiculous, man. You know, so if Esau is scared like that, man, when we get him before we even get him in chains. You know, when Jake rouses up, according to Genesis 49, when Judah rouses up, hey, they gonna bug out, man. They're gonna be having heart attacks. They're gonna shit on themselves, brain aneurysms, spontaneous human combustion.
Yeah, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? Suicide's gonna be popping.
I mean, suicide out here is already the top in the States, but it's gonna get even worse during that time.
Yeah.
Hey, shit, they get rattled when you just raise your voice a little bit.
Yeah.
Not even yell or nothing. Just be like, man, what? You say some shit like, they start jumping and shit.
Yep. Hey, because they were comfortable, man. Imagine that. Like, you got a dog that you had from birth, right? From the time the dog was born. You know, with a dog, you gotta discipline it. You gotta, nurture it, so on and so forth. The scriptures do say in Revelation that we was brought over here to be nurtured. I'll grab that, Lord willing. But even with us, because in slavery we had to be nurtured to some degree, because Esau gotta take care of us. We gotta go to him for the one of all things, and he gotta take care of us to some degree in order for him to even prosper from the rigorous slavery that he put us through. Look at the fruits of what Israelites did for this country. It's the most. It's Babylon the Great, man.
Top country on the planet.
On the planet, So he had to nurture us to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you had that dog, you raise it, and you treated it like shit, and say the Lord put a spirit on it one day to just flip out, and it's a pit bull. You don't have it fight other dogs and shit. It's one of them type pit. It's one of Mike Vick's. It's one of Mike Vick's dogs. You know what I'm saying? And one day that motherfucker spaz out and attack your ass. You'll be like, what the fuck? Like you know what that dog is capable of. All right, Esau knows what Israel's capable of. So when the Israelites actually, the Most High say sick. You know what I'm saying? We sick Esau, man. He gonna flip out like the brother said, man.
Yeah. And it's funny because I was just thinking to myself, I was like, damn, it's not the spirit the Most High is gonna put on us, it's the spirit he's gonna take all of us. That docile spirit of just laying down and being obedient to master. The Most High is gonna take that docile spirit away, because Israel's naturally born fighters, man. Naturally. You run up a nigga hella quick, but you won't run up on Esau that quick, because the Most High got that spirit on you where you just, you're subservient. But he's gonna take that spirit off, and then what? What's Esau gonna do?
It's gonna be a trade, because the Lord's gonna take that spirit off of us, but we gonna do it according to
His will. Yeah, he's gonna put that wrath in us.
Yeah.
That's prophecy.
He's gonna remove that curse blessing that Esau got, saying that he will be avenged 7 times over.
I got that. I'm holding that. Man, that's the spirit.
Yep.
Finish reading the publish real quick.
I read that already.
Okay, just real quick, grab Psalm 68:11. One more and publish it, just further edify on that.
This is Psalms 68, verse 11. It says, "The Lord gave the word, great was the company of those that published it."
Yep, great was the company of those that published it. The Most High gave the word, so we ain't out here speaking according to our own hearts. We're speaking the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
That's right.
We're simply publishing it, man. Right? The Lord said he got 7,000 that will not bow the knee to the image of Baal. Meaning we ain't gonna bow down to Esau and take that chip. We ain't gonna worship nothing Esau got going on. We know he the devil. And we out here to tell him to his face that he the devil and he's going into captivity.
That's right.
Whether he like it or not.
That's right.
All right. Genesis 4 and started 14.
This is Genesis 4, verse 14. It says, "Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face shall, and from thy face shall I be hid.
Yeah, and this goes along too. I had brought this out because I wanted to make a point. When we with the brothers and Obadiah, and that's another abomination. Women on motorcycles, I can't stand that shit, man. That's an abomination, man. That's the highest level of pride an Edomite woman can attain. Riding around, looking like a man, looking like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
On a fucking Harley Davidson, man.
All that ass hanging out.
What a fucking a cardboard box.
They either be
Or a
on that motorcycle or they be on that big ass truck.
Yeah, the big ass truck, man. Fucking a lift kit on it and shit.
Yeah.
Can't stand that shit, man. But there was 2 points I want to make with this. How Esau, he's not the God damn. Hey man, we need the kingdom. We need the kingdom.
But like a Apostle Cross said, hey, we ain't no faggots out here, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, the Lord, man, the Lord got us patient, man.
Yeah.
And you feel in your spirit, man. That's like these niggas go crazy for these women and you know, fucking let women rule over them and all that, man. Hey, we know that we know what we got in store for us, man.
That's right.
So we just patient, man. You know,
We'll take the little crumbs the Lord give us.
yeah.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a time where He's gonna give us a whole damn cake. And we're gonna eat that motherfucker up too. We're gonna love it too.
It's gonna be those layered cakes like at the weddings and shit.
Yeah.
Big ass cake.
Not 3 stacks, 3 tiers.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
3 tiers, man. Each tier is like a triple cake. Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
man.
on. Hey, I'm a lot walk, man. That's
That's
why
right.
we're patiently waiting for that day. That's why we're publicizing now. So when that day comes, we can be the children of the promise, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Verse 14. I'm gonna start it over. This is
Just like, but how in Obadiah said, "Thou art greatly despised." These people, the nations, at one point in time, an Edomite go like the brother was talking about. Nobody caring about Edomites going over to these other countries and getting killed. Ain't nobody feeling sympathy for them. No more like that. All right, so. And the Lord has got it to where, you know, just how it says in Deuteronomy, what's that, 32, the curses are shifting.
30 and 7.
30 and 7?
Yeah. Want to read it?
Yeah. Hey, well, part of the curse shifting is the heathen's not giving a fuck about Esau. All right?
Yep. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7.
Esau don't even care about Esau no more, man.
No, you don't. It says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which pursueth or persecute thee.
Yeah. So all the curses that we suffered, that can be found in Deuteronomy 28 and 28 and 15 on down, in various places throughout, you know, the second book of the law. And the Lord's got it to where these heathens are suffering from that. And Esau being the prime candidate. All right? All right, Esau's the prime recipient of the curses, man. That's being shifted from the nation of Israel to the heathen, man. Right? That's why the opioid epidemic is through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why these Edomite women go crazy for chocolate. You know, and that's the curse, man. That's the curse, man. The women of your own nation don't want to deal with you, right? And that's on a certain scale. You got that amongst all the nations, man. You got the nigga women fucking with Esau. You know, you got the Edomite woman fucking with Israelites, and she gonna fuck with anybody. She'll fuck with a horse, turtle, shit. But shit's all fucked. Hey,
That's true.
shit.
That's
You
true.
got the
Esau.
nigga, Jimmy John's founders laying butt naked on top of sharks. You know, remember that picture? The picture of Jimmy John's founder. This thing was butt naked on top of a shark.
You showed us that a while ago.
Yeah. These monsters outfits, man.
They are, man.
They're crazy.
Sadistic as hell.
Yeah, sadistic. Could do the unthinkable.
Yeah, bro. This brother sent me this shit on YouTube from the boy Spooky something where he like break down movies and shit. There's a shit called 120 Days of Sodom or Selo. Bro. Man, bro, I watched this shit this morning. The brother sent it to me yesterday. I was sleeping. I woke up, I watched it, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? It's about it's about 6 rich dudes who they kidnap like 13 boys, 13 girls, and they bring them to this big ass mansion and have them doing the most heinous, sadistic shit, man. Like it's retardedly stupid what they was doing, man. Had them all defecating in bowls, and then for dinner one night it was a big ass bucket of shit they all had to eat. Bro, this shit's crazy, bro. Like Esau gotta go, man. Esau gotta go, bro. That shit is fucked up.
That's when you got ruling the earth, man. Somebody who eats dung willingly, man.
This is Genesis 4:14. It says, "Behold."
Is that the line of Judah? Manasseh.
This is Genesis 4:14. It says, "Behold,
Genesis
thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid."
Right, that's going into Esau. So from the face of the Lord, also he's hid, man. From the face of the Lord, Esau's hid. Okay, go ahead.
And I shall be a fugitive.
And this is going into talking about Cain, but Cain came back
spirit.
as Esau,
Yep.
same spirit.
Yep. It says, "And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me."
Yeah, Esau's a fugitive and a vagabond, man. He got this country, and all the other countries he rules in through thievery. Right? He's a vagabond, man. He's a purposeless wanderer. Right? Roaming about to and fro, seeking whom he can devour. Okay?
Verse 15. "And the Lord shall say and the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold."
Right, so anybody who slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. So there's a point in time, and we're seeing that, where ain't nobody giving a fuck about Esau like that. Esau had it to where he can have heathens take vengeance upon you for killing the Edomite.
Yeah.
You know, have a fucking search party of fucking heathens go track down a killer of a Edomite that was over in a heathen's country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, heathens, they ain't giving a fuck about Esau no more, man. Okay? Why? Because he is greatly despised.
That's right.
They understand that hey, there's something wrong with this motherfucker, and he's simply receiving payback for what he's done to everybody on the planet Earth.
That's right.
Latter part of verse 15. It says, And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him shall kill him.
Right, that mark being leprosy. He stripped him of his pigment. Okay? That's it on that. Grab Isaiah 13:4. Esau is at Chase Road, man. It's gonna be like that deer in the headlights.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Caught out there.
it's froze. When the spotlight put on his eye, boom,
Yeah.
it's gonna be, you know, and then a hunter trying to fucking kill a deer a deer, say the hunter misses, he shoots a shot, but he misses. Even if he hits one, you know, the other ones they do this and then they take off and various. That's how Esau. That's what he's doing.
Hey, remember us on that trip?
Oh yeah,
Motherfucker. Man, we passed by like 3 deers. It's a family of deers, right? And it's pitch black because we're passing through the Mount Rainier. We're in the mountain.
yeah.
So we're passing through. There's a family of deer.
It was at night too.
It's at night. Like I had my high beams on and shit. I had to have my high beams on. That's how dark it was. Like it was
No
like if you
light.
got out and you turned the lights off. You
All the
couldn't see-
constellations.
I couldn't see his brother if I was looking right here in his face. I couldn't see him.
Yeah, but when you look up through the trees and you see the constellations, man,
Beautiful.
perfect.
But to the point I was trying to think it was a family of deer. 3 of them stayed in place, and then one just got the nerve to start running, right? And this motherfucker started trotting straight to the car.
Yeah.
To start trotting, like I had to literally swerve around it, and we barely missed this
Barely missed it,
motherfucker.
yeah.
Like his head was this close to the motherfucking to my rear view, to the side rear view on this side. They almost smacked him. Man, that shit was crazy, man. But that's that Chase Road.
Yeah.
Esau.
Yeah. that nigga right there.
This is Isaiah 13 and 14. It says, and it shall be as the chase road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
Yeah, that no man taketh up. Esau ain't got no savior, man. Yeah, no man taketh up, man. Hey, you're on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? In like a war movie or some shit. They got the medic that comes, you know, help you with your wounds and shit. They put you on a gurney and they take you to the fucking hospital, to the tent, to the makeshift hospital.
To the
You know,
evac site.
Huh?
To the evac site.
To the evac site, and then you know, eventually get shipped back to stateside, if, you know, depending on
Severity.
you end up going to damn Virginia to the VA hospital with your leg blown off. What is it, Walter Reed? Yeah, you know, you ain't got no. You looking like a starfish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They call you Nubby. You know, from the knee down and from the elbow down, there's nothing there. You know? Alright, hey, Esau ain't even gonna receive that, man. He ain't gonna receive shit. Because there ain't nobody, hey, for one, the scriptures say that the nations is gonna go, they're gonna go back to their own nation, right, to their own lands. Alright, so these Edomites, they're already untrustworthy and cutthroats. They're gonna be backstabbing each other and all that. But ultimately, the Lord is coming to deliver his elect. So, and the Lord is not, he's not going to save, he's not going to save heathens, in particular Edomites, man. So there ain't going to be no help for, I'll put it to you like this, all this Jesus Christ talk, all right, all this white Jesus, this cracker Jesus that these people love, that Esau wants to bombard your brain with, where's he gonna be in the day of their destruction? Because you're gonna see when the Lord got the chariots come zapping, and like the scriptures say, right aiming thunderbolts. When the Lord Yahweh Shai is zapping these Edomites and shit, like on that movie A War of the Realms, is you gonna see some big ass leper's hand that's, you know, like some cracker Jesus in the sky putting his hand out telling Yahweh Shai to stop. Nah, man, because Esau ain't gonna have no help. He ain't gonna have no defense.
It says, latter part of verse 14, Isaiah 14, or 13 and 14. It says, they shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah, they gonna turn to their own people. And they gonna do it. Cause right now everybody lined up
Like little fucking penguins.
Yeah, everybody lined up to kiss Esau's ass, right? You know, fucking, you moving one step at a time. You know, these heathens, man. Latin tribes coming here So America, here it is. Donald Trump hates you, but you niggas is jumping over deserts, jumping over deserts to fucking stand in line to kiss this cracker's ass, man. You know,
Just like they stand in line to kiss the Pope's ring.
Yeah,
That's what they're doing.
yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna come a time these heathens that got an actual country they can go to, they gonna do this. They gonna be like, oh man, fuck that. They gonna about face.
They gonna stride off. It ain't gonna be no baby. They gonna be like,
They gonna hop their ass on that plane.
Full step.
You know?
hop their ass on that boat, that plane, that train, and get the fuck up out of here. You know? That was it on this.
Hey, imagine, man, it's gonna be crazy, man, because the Lord got Leviathan. That's gonna jack shit up. You're gonna have heathens when shit really get bad. All right, when it's Jacob against Esau and everybody in between, the heathens gonna be like, man, fuck this. You know, they gonna be getting on boats. You know, when it really gets crazy, hey, Leviathan, they think they made it and shit. Leviathan, nope.
Yep.
Nope. I like Elon. They spicy. You know, they eat all them spices and shit. Oh, they taste like curry fries. Hey, heathens gonna be, Elon gonna be like curry fries to Leviathan and shit. Man, you know? Like a French fry, how we eat French fries and size and shit.
You know that's a lot of these Edomites' escape plan is to hop on that boat thinking that they're going to be able to escape any type of trouble that's going on here in the mainland.
Yeah.
Is hopping on that boat and think they're going to sail off into the ocean. And that's why Leviathan's there, man. He's going to ruin all he's going to ruin all their plans.
Boil that ocean too.
Mhm.
That ocean's going to be boiling.
Hey, none shall escape, man.
None.
Not one.
Not one.
Ain't no two-ball canes. Ain't no two-ball canes hiding away.
That fabricated story, man.
And that's it's funny because that was one of the movies I had in mind. That Gods of Egypt or
Gods of Egypt is another one.
But
You're thinking of the Noah. The Noah is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, man. That's part of Esau rewriting their history. You know what I'm saying? Because if they did away with the Bible and the only thing you had to have as a reference or a source of biblical knowledge, if it was like movies or something, you would think, oh, damn, Tubal Cain got on the boat and, you know,
It was
Made it through.
eating raw animals and shit. Eating animals raw.
What he had, a snake or a fucking...
He ate something.
Yeah,
something
something.
raw. Yeah, he ate something just raw. Just fucking.
Yeah. You know?
Nah, man, that's not happening, man. Verse 15, Isaiah 13 and 15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Yep, everyone that's found shall be thrust through, man.
And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Right, so if you join on the Esau, you're going to fall by the sword, man. Point blank period.
That's right. Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their house shall be spoiled and their wives ravaged.
Read it again. Is that houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravaged.
Verse 16 says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravaged.
Right, so hey, the children, all these, children you see run around here having the time of their life, you know, with no worry, don't even know what the real world consists of. You remember when you was little, you know, for a summer come, you like, oh, I wish this could last forever. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you wake up and the first day of school. You know, until you get older and you get more understanding, like, fuck, I'm about to have to get a job soon.
Yeah.
You know, like, damn, I gotta, like, damn,
Party
like,
is over, man.
okay, they didn't prepare me for this. What am I gonna do with my life? You know? So, hey, man, they gonna be dashed through with the sword, man. All these children, man. They're created. They're being born the same way. What's up?
Yeah, you too.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You got questions, we got answers.
Yeah, it's I seen the lion, and I'm a Leo, so I'm always intrigued with lions.
Oh, okay.
You guys actually trying to accomplish?
So, what a lot of people don't know is that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians were actually the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible talks about.
Yeah.
A lot of churches talk about, the 144,000, 12,000 out of every tribe. And modern religion will say that nobody knows who these people are. But according to the same Bible that people are reading, it actually tells us that these people they're never gonna be done away with. They're still here. So what happened is when people get conquered, whoever conquers them basically renames them, re-educates them, right? Strips them of their culture and identity, right? So that's why you have like the Mexicans speaking Spanish because the Spanish were no.
They're not doing the older, the one that the older Spaniards are used to. That's why they always say the youngsters are using slang.
Right.
Yeah.
Every generation is the same thing. Even in English, you got new words.
Say dude, home,
Twerking, like what the hell?
and
Yeah, exactly. All these
thinking of something thought though.
right. All these acronyms are becoming like real words, right?
Yeah.
So with time, because of time, the same thing happened with these groups of people. Because of time.
Call it slowly diminishing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's all that took place.
So you're just out here trying to explore people, or
Yeah, pretty much. So this way, at the end of the day, when everything's said and done, people aren't going to have an excuse to say, well, we didn't know or we didn't have an opportunity to hear it. Because it's like, well, we did. It just a lot of people didn't stop or ask or pay attention.
even stop and look, maybe even listen,
Right.
or ask a question.
Right. So, I don't know. Maybe your father's line, your father's, maybe that line of men, if it goes back to any of these people, then you're an Israelite too.
Yeah.
You see?
Like, my father was adopted, so I could, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know, and that's the thing because our people have been so scattered, and history itself has been so lost
Yeah.
that.
Destroyed.
Right. So we can only go off of the spirit. You see?
Yeah.
So the spirit is revealing that these are the peoples because of the situations that they've been put under, which the Bible describes. They'll be under these conditions in these last days.
Yeah.
So if the curses that are written, if they fit, if they apply to you, then of course you're an Israelite, even though you may not look like one of these traditional types of people.
Yeah. Because, I know I'm Irish, but there's also black Irish too.
Exactly. You see, a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, they don't even know.
Because Europe, before it was predominantly Caucasian, it was predominantly black.
Yeah.
And before it was predominantly so-called black, it was predominantly what we call Polynesian Islanders. They were there. The original Greek Indians, you'll see them with a lot of the long hair, brown skin.
Romulus and Remus.
Yep, Romulus and Remus.
Yeah.
So you see what happens over time when history gets, people move and conquer each other and it gets placed on top of each other. You lose a lot of that information. See? So these people, and you might, like I said, you might be an Israelite. And if you are, yeah. Yep. Yeah,
So might go back, like you said. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, like that's like, family history, unless you're like from like your family came over on a boat or like,
Right.
Like I always wanted to grow up back in the Western time. You'd have like actual like frontier. Like you would actually have camp, real camp, like
Right.
TV satellite. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it makes it more fascinating, I think.
Yep.
Well, you guys have a great day.
All right,
Hopefully you
man.
guys
Yeah,
get
you
everything
too.
accomplished.
All right, man.
Make good time.
All right, man. Take it easy. Oh, wait, I think so.
What was I reading?
Something about
I
the wives
finished.
ravished or something?
Yeah, the
I
wife
did-
is gonna get ravished.
He said, could be a Jake, you know. And then he said, camping at the end. I was like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, Jacob, see, it goes two ways, though, because Jacob was a plain man during the tents, but Esau was a man of the field.
Yeah.
But if you're in the tent, where are you at? In the so-called field, right? So it's like this give and take. It's like, okay, well, what about being away from society and in a tent do you really enjoy? You know, and so you start applying those curses and seeing, well, do they fit?
Then they said hunting and shit, and I was like, yeah.
He didn't really care about that. He was just talking about just
Being in a tent,
being able to exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
he said TV.
Hey, really, yeah.
He said TV.
Nah, he was just,
He said without it,
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Yeah.
hmm he want to get away from this
He
shit
had
too.
Just in that little interaction, like if you had to like move points on a little scoreboard, it's like he had more towards Jake than he did on Peter.
call it abacus or
Yeah,
count-
abacus.
Yeah, tallied up.
calculated, yeah. So he had more points, Jake, than Peter.
That's right.
But hey, the longer, but then see, starting more, you're like, well, the no man pursued, right? And the name is grievous, you know, to the heathen. You see what I'm saying? So once you start kind of looking at it more and more, you're like, I don't know, you know, I don't know. Now, and again, like, what if he was a Jake, but he was just part of the 2/3 and wicked? See, but either way, he's got his seal on it. Whether or not we understand it or not, it doesn't matter. But hey, he heard he fulfilled a prophecy. He heard the word. His ears heard it. He saw it, but he didn't perceive the meaning of it. What does it mean that you guys are out like, oh shit? I kind of read about this. I had a feeling that something. This is important. But he was drawn to the line.
Leo.
Because he's a Leo, so he's more on the after. What if he's a northern kingdom?
Astrology.
Right. What if he's at the northern kingdom? Because the signs and all that stuff is all for, Issachar. Right? But so you start dissecting these little things and you start,
This is Matthew 24 and 14. It says, "In this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come."
So no matter what category he falls under, he's still one of the nations on the planet. So it's like you got to deal with it. You just got to deal with these people. And a lot of people get upset and say, well, why don't you go to the hood, this and that, right? But the elders and the apostles, they went to the hood to prove a point. I mean, every brother and all the camps originally started out around Jake. But Jake doesn't appreciate shit.
Hey, it's crazy. You saying that because remember when I went to you told me about that place with the lamb fries?
Yeah. Oh, you went there?
Yeah, I went there. It's basic.
Not the truth.
For me, I'm gonna take it to this spot, bro. You're gonna be like, there was the one up in Kent.
They give you the real lamb?
It's real lamb, bro.
They don't know that spot. Did they
Oh
give you
yeah,
the
they
real
gave me
lamb?
the real lamb, but
Okay.
it was dry, didn't have no flavor. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, this shit. Yeah, it was like them bag fries, you know.
The frozen joints.
The frozen shits that got it's like the notches on the crinkle. The crinkle. I was like, man, this shit. But I'm gonna take you to this one spot that got the bomb at me. Okay. But I went there to go get the shit, and you can tell that you're amongst like niggas. It's like niggas. It's like your nigga radar. The nigga radar goes off. It's like niggas around. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the brother said, we grew up around that. You know what I'm saying? Like Jake don't want to be around that. You know, Jake want to be away from that, man. Like when you get around area that got a lot of Jakes, you know what I'm saying? It's just like
It's trouble.
yeah, it's irritating.
It's trouble. because all these curses were upon us as a nation. So when you get them all together, it's like a huge hive mentality of madness, of wickedness.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be what? Their eyes evil towards their neighbor.
Yeah.
They're envious and coveting, so they're fucking each other. They're stealing all the goods in that neighborhood. They're stealing each other's TVs, just getting stolen. One neighborhood stealing from another neighborhood. Killing each other. So, look, man. Jake, trust me, Jake, the Negro, Latino, North American Indian people, they know about Hebrew Israelites. Everybody knows.
They pass us and they all give us the fist.
Right, yeah, keep it up.
They know what time it is when they see us out here.
Yep.
Do they stop? Do they pull over and come over here and inquire? No. Because they already think that they already know what's up. Oh, they just preaching about God. Okay, that's cool. More power to you, brother. Keep preaching. And that's all. That's all they want to say. And they want to keep going.
In their mind, they heard it all.
Yep.
Them knowing that they're Israelite, that's good enough.
Well, it's not a precious. This word is not a precious gift to them. That's why the scripture says not to cast your pearls before the swine, man. A lot of Jake is really just a bunch of swine. They're just a bunch. They're abominable. They're not worthy sacrifices. So why would you go and pour out jewels for that sow and that swine to just crunch them up and eat the pearls and eat the precious stones? Because that's all they're gonna do is just eat them up and pass them through a bowel movement and then wallow when they're in the mire of it. So it's got no value to them, man. And that's why Yahweh Shai said that. Cast not your pearls before the swine.
That's if you were.
So here it is. We're going out. We go out to the main cities and central hubs, and not just in one city, but you should move around to all different parts. You know, you should move around throughout all different parts and fill the gaps in the hedges. You know, and not for a convention. Don't be making these conventions and making a merchandise out of the truth. You built up all this, you know, whatever, and then you're gonna go on tour type of shit. No, man. Matter of fact, a lot of you guys doing that unity shit are totally wrong, because the scriptures tell you that it's better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting. You know, you're supposed to be looking to go visit those that are of few number, not of those that are of many, because those that are of many number, I mean, they got a lot, you know. So you want to go to those that are without, rather than those that have, man.
This is first Matthew 7 and 6. It says, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you.
Yahweh Shai is calling people dogs, man. Okay? And the female term for a dog, because he said dogs plural. So there were men and women that would listen to him. Men and women would listen. Okay? So he's calling, when you call someone a dog in the ancient world, that was a low degree animal. The dog didn't represent strength or might. It did have a characteristic of loyalty, but it was also known to eat its own vomit, as it is today. You see, so he's calling them, and then swine too. Swine is an animal that'll quickly turn feral. And if you were its owner, you could have raised it from a little pig. You could drop dead, and it's not getting no food. It's going to try to eat everything it can, and then real soon, it's going to turn around and it's going to eat you. Matter of fact, there was a case of, I think it was a guy in Cali or Florida or somewhere. He had a whole bunch of dogs, man. I mean, like at least 10 or more. Okay, and he passed away in his home. And people wanted to go check on him, but there were so many dogs they couldn't get into the fence and into the house. So eventually, they got a warrant and all that shit they needed to get into the house. They couldn't find the guy.
The dogs ate that motherfucker.
they started to find in the feces bone and clothing. So the dogs ate them, man. You see? So Yahweh Shai is telling these people, look, you're a bunch of swine, because as soon as society breaks down, all this holier than thou and look how clean we are, they're quickly gonna just return to your own filth. You're a filth by it's in them. It's in a dog. It's in the swine to eat their own vomit and to be filthy creatures. Okay. Now that's the nature of that flesh of the animal. That's not the nature of the human flesh, because you have different types of flesh, and not all flesh are the same. You see. So you got all these guys going to these unity camps. That's not real doctrine. That's not sound doctrine. You are supposed to fellowship and come together, okay? But they lack a spiritual discernment and a spiritual nobility that they should have, man. A spiritual maturity that they should have. They should carry.
As you said, brought it right back. It's the spirit. This is Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart.
See, the living will lay it to mine. Because when you see these unity camps, a bunch of guys, the heads of these camps or whatever, and what are they? They're all geared up like Power Rangers and shit. Just yelling and stuff. But they're not edifying. It's all just a big show, just like in the churches, man. It's a big show. They pass around that plate. Everyone feels good about putting money in that plate. But at the end of the day, the preacher is still he's not getting on them for their diet, how they treat their body, and what they do to others. They encourage the false worship. So these guys, in the same manner, what are they pushing? Making broad of the phylacteries. Because that's what you see. Oh, teach, you're bringing it out. Oh, mighty Hebrew warrior.
Blood on my shirt, blood on my shoes. Gotta get this blood off.
Man, come on. If they really wanted to get that blood off, then they would be in a more humble state and mindset, and they would be doing things that the majority of the world would be against. And the majority of the world, mainly, the main majority of the world is the world of Israel. So if the world loves you, you know that the Most High doesn't love you, man. Because if you were of the world, as Yahweh said, then the world would love his own.
That's right.
Matthew 23:15. I'm sorry, 14. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves."
All that traveling these guys are doing, and they have a niche. Okay, they have a market that they want to corner. And it's real easy to get guys. It's like late at night, those AM infomercials. They make all their sales from people that feel like they need those things because they're pushing them in their face. A lot of these guys, they're only attracting that black community. You know, because it's appealing to them. And the women are looking for all the women always say they're looking for a good man. And so there's a stigma that because you're an Israelite, you're obviously they're thinking carnal. They're obviously paying tithes. He keeps himself groomed. He's in the oils. Women know what things cost.
Yeah.
They're carnal. You see, women are naturally carnal. So they see a brother say, "Oh, he got the nice one. Oh, this, that, the third, da-da-da-da-da. I like the way he looks. He teaches this and that." So you just get this convergence of negativity, man. So these guys that go, they travel, and all these people, they want to be a part of that circle. They want to be rubbing elbows so they can go on those trips too. Because Jake never goes anywhere unless he joins the military or goes to college and gets flown around by other people. Jake never takes it on his own with his own ambition to get up and really go travel.
Unless he's on the run from the law.
Right, or like he's homeless. Like you got to be rock bottom to get on that land, to get on that beaten path.
Yeah.
That's when Jake's like, oh, I'm in trouble, I gotta go. But Jake loves to be comfortable, man. So they don't go nowhere because they get comfortable in their negativity, man.
Hey, man,
So there they go, traveling to go get somebody to convert them, and then you find out on the news it's Jake. These guys are killing their own women, their children, because their children are homos. You know, the women are adulterous. So they're like, well, the law says put him to death. I'm doing God's work. I'm doing God's work. Well, guess what, man? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, he didn't commission you to do shit. He told Yahweh Shai what to do, and Yahweh Shai is telling us, he's told us what to do and telling us what to do.
Yep.
So that's the routine that you are supposed to follow, man. But all these guys are trying to appease the Heavenly Father when there is no appeasing him. The only one that appeased him is Yahweh Shai.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it, man. That's who he's dealing with. You got to deal. He said, you want to get to me, you got to go through him.
Yep.
A lot of guys are acting like they just like to brush past Yahweh Shai and drop him up. Hey, what's up, man? I'm going to talk to your pops.
It tells you in the book of the laws what happened when they say we want to speak to Yahweh himself.
Right.
The earth started shaking and it started thundering, and it was like, oh no, hell no, Moses, you be our intercessor. You talk to him for us. We don't want that.
You be the telephone.
Yeah.
You pick it up and conversate for us.
This is John chapter 14, verse 6. It says, Yahweh Shai saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
See? I mean, and how many times do these guys read the scriptures and go over these things, but it doesn't stick to them. It doesn't hit them with impact. It doesn't hit them with, damn, okay, I got to curve myself. I need to change, man. Because a lot of these guys, they don't push that moral compass. They don't. The scriptures tell you to search Jerusalem with candlesticks. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean to just go looking for warm bodies. You got a post? Yep. All right, get them up. Put a garment on them. You see, like, it's all a puppet show, man. It's a big puppet show. You see that guy on those America's Got Talent show? It's one guy in the middle. He's got all these pipes hooked up to him with these 3 or 4 mannequins. Mm-hmm. He's doing all these moves and shit, dancing and twirling, and the crowd's going wild because it's so synchronized. Mm-hmm. You're like, are those real people or not? And these guys I met, they're all copycats. They're all monkeys. They're all parrots.
Yeah. That's right, true.
That's right, true.
I got a reset for you. Speaking of how Yahweh Shai was the proper appeasing of the Lord. This is 1 John 2:1. It says, my little children, these things write I unto you, that ye sin not. And if any man sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, the righteous, and he is the propitiation for our sins, and not for ours only, but also for the sins of the whole world.
It said an advocate and a propitiation.
Yeah, forget that word, because that means appeasing.
See, that Jake doesn't look into those words with the right understanding or the right mentality. They'll look it up just to be smart. You know? Jake will always use the scriptures and the precepts to make himself feel better, but not to really be better. You know? Because they'll read scriptures like, oh, you don't got to go to school to be smart. See, right here in the scripture it says these were unlearned men. The disciples were unlearned men. Right. But the scriptures still tell you to be men of understanding.
Exactly.
Quick, meaning alive. So a lot of these guys, when you're parodying and monkeying around and just being a copycat, you have no personality, dude. Mm-hmm. You got no personality. And so they'll try to be, the biggest, baddest guys out there with their little gimmicks and their little trinkets and tools and stuff, to look this part of some special being. But at the end of the day, you're mortal and you're as filthy as the rest of us.
That's right.
So why play into that character?
Yeah. This is from the Strong's G2434. The word is hilasmos. And well, I'm gonna just get straight to the Strong's. It says atonement, i.e., concretely and expiator, propitiation means to appease, to please.
To appease and to please. Okay? So all these things dealing with the law, yeah, you're supposed to do them as much as is expedient. Okay? As much as is expedient and whatever is in your power to do. That's why Yahushua said to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, but to the Most High what is his. So a lot of these guys, you know they got their balance messed up when you start seeing them go out and kill their own women, children. They start trying to put other people to death, going on these killing sprees, thinking that I'm like Maccabees, I'm like Phineas. You're not like them though, man. You're not. You're really, in the eyes of Caesar, you're just committing murder.
That's it.
And in the eyes of the Heavenly Father, even Yahweh shut, wait ye upon him.
Yep.
So when you take wrath and vengeance into your own hand, that shows that your leaders are not doing a good job checking people at the door, man. That's why the elders and apostles, beginning with the apostle Tahar, he put that decree out to shut the doors, man. The school's closed. Unless the Spirit is on you, and by now, the brothers that have been in the camps and operating, we should know enough by now to know whether or not a person is on point or not. Matter of fact, brothers, we talk about it all the time amongst ourselves in the chats on how to discern and tell if someone is actually sincere, man. You know? And I'm not going to throw no bones out there because you either got it or you don't. Why would you tell someone how to apply for a job, you know?
Yeah.
If you're looking for quality workers. Yeah. You tell them how to do it, then they're just gonna go through the motions. Yeah. I'm tired of hearing that shit, man. That shit's loud.
That shit's loud. It rings.
That shit be echoing in my ear and shit.
This is Matthew 20, 23 and 27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness.
Right, so it's simple. On the outside, you look like you're doing the right thing, but inside, you're full of corruption and deceit, wickedness. You're full of things that are of no profit. So internally, they're dead, man. They're dead inside. But outwardly, they look like they're full of life because they got the big beards. You know, they got all these different, fabrics on.
Big ass canes.
They got all these, all the gimmicks. Yeah, all the little trinkets, all the little doodads.
Big, strong voice.
Yeah, buy the starter pack, Go to Party City and get hooked up.
This is the premium pack right here.
Right.
The armbands and fucking staff. You know what I'm saying? Verse 28, even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity.
See, but within you're full of acting and iniquity. Iniquity is sin upon sin, multiple sins. So you look like you've done no wrong, but inside, hey, these guys, their character is in question. The way that they apply the teachings and the understanding, they go off. And they'll justify themselves in doing so. They'll use certain scriptures and precepts to justify themselves in front of little ones.
Yeah.
In front of a new congregation, you got guys, eating. What were those two bozos, the 2 liter? They got pizza and the ranch, and chicken wings and the ranch.
Smacking their life.
Yeah, you see Israel, back in the day. You're like, damn, man, that's fucked up, man.
Why would you want to do that on camera? Like, you could have ate your food before you got on camera. Like,
Right. You know Jake
Or made
doesn't chew
the
their fucking
sacrifice.
food. You know Jake doesn't chew their goddamn food. A meal is supposed to last at least 20 goddamn minutes, you buffoon. But Jake will sit there, you know, and use a whole 30 to 20 minutes inhaling shit. You know, having to constantly wipe his hands off with napkins. And you don't know how to use utensils. You don't know how to eat and then, you know, or do the work and then eat, man. Because when you're in the spirit, you forget about hunger and everything else.
that's right. That's right. They obviously never been in the spirit because they were starving.
Right. Yeah, they were famished.
Nigga time.
Hey, thou shalt not eat by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Heavenly Father, man. Yeah.
Verse 29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous. And they're leading everybody to death. They're following.
Blind leaders and blind.
So garnish the sepulchres of the righteous.
We're gonna hook it up, man. We're gonna hook this sepulchre up, man. We're gonna paint it. What was that favorite color, man? You know what I'm saying? Like fucking crazy, man. Paint you know how they got certain cars, like I think it's like Bentleys or something. They got the roof looks like the Constellation.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They do that for all the congregation. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hook these sepulchres up. Kill these
We still
niggas.
got the bones of Isaiah and Ezekiel.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, hey. It says, verse 30, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would have not been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore ye be witness unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
See? But you are of them, of the children that killed the prophets. See? That's this generation now. That's why you see them say that they would kill Apostle Gabar. That they would put brothers to death, man. For what? For what?
For the truth.
For the truth. Because they're not of the truth, man. That's really what it comes down to. Their reasons are carnal reasons, not spiritual reasons, man. Lacking growth, lacking discernment, lacking maturity, lacking responsibility. That's another thing. A lot of these actions that these guys are taking to hold these unity camps, it's without responsibility. They're not held accountable for teaching guys that go out and kill people, but that comes back and it looks bad on all of us.
All of us, the whole church,
See?
the whole nation.
But you know the good thing about that is that the good works that a brother does, they're those good works when we stay with that one man, with that one body. So you can do all the unity body movements you want. It's not going to amount to shit, man. And you're going to see why. Because you don't have the same mind that Yahweh Shai had. When you guys come together, you have all different minds and different doctrines. How do you have unity in division?
No such thing.
How do you have unity in division? Because you put it in parentheses, you guys all did a big group hug. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way.
Galatians 4 and 16, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yup,
Yep.
it's true. You become the enemy because you tell the truth. Look, the so-called white man is the devil. You gotta deal with Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is his name. Yahweh is the name of the Father. Okay, the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. Okay, Yahweh Shai is a so-called Negro. All right, the so-called white man is the devil. If I didn't say that already. Okay, you have all these truths. These are all truths, and anyone that wants to deny it is a damn fool, man. Okay. So look, man, those are simple things. The 12 tribes, you got guys who don't even believe in the 12 tribes chart, man. You got a lot of guys, they don't even believe in the Bible no more. Now they're getting tattoos, and they're telling themselves that it's okay to get tattoos. Where's the example of Jake getting tattoos in the scriptures? Where are the prophets? Where is it mentioned that the prophets had a bunch of tattoos on them? Where is it in the scriptures that the disciples and the holy men were eating pork and bacon and swine and sausage and ham and oysters and shrimp and eating in the middle of their orations of the Spirit? These things aren't so, man. These things aren't true.
Yep. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, and verse 13. It says, "But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived."
You see? So when these guys, when they started to go off, it was immediate rebuke and reproof. The elders, the apostles, brothers in the camps, constantly getting on these guys early on. But what have we seen through the time? Some people, some brothers, kind of rooting for some of these guys to come out of it. But what has happened? They've gotten worse and worse, man. So if they be blind leaders of the blind, then their followers, where are they going to end up? In a ditch. So they're over here blind as hell. They can't see shit, but they think they got it because they can feel warm. They can feel warmth on their sockets. And they're over there looking shovels. Hey man, we putting in work. We putting in work. Come on guys. Boom. Breaks his ankle. Oh shit, watch out, man. They all got holes. They don't know where shit's at. They're like, hey, what's going on?
It's too late then. It's like 300 when they got them all and they just start pushing them and they all just start tumbling.
It's too late, yeah. So that's where they're at. They've waxed worse and worse. There's no coming back from them. Man, you become 2 times a child of hell. Mm-hmm. Several more demons are on you. Mm-hmm. And you become worse and worse. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little, there a little. These guys come together with their own doctrine and they only got a couple of precepts to back up their claims or their beliefs. And then they push those beliefs and those claims on others. And that's where that blood, you're not getting blood off your hands, you're lapping it up on top of you.
Smearing
blood
it around.
cakes.
Yeah, they're making blood cakes. They start calling themselves, oh, man, I'm the embodiment of Isaiah 63. Saying that shit to themselves, I got blood on me like the Howard side, see?
Oh man, how dare you?
Hey, that's what they're saying without directly saying it. You see? Through the spirit, you see? Through the spirit, they're this is the way that they're acting and behaving, whether or not they want to it's intentional. This is how it's being read through the spirit, man. You see, they don't like being called out on what it looks like. But they're doing nothing to clarify their intentions. They won't do it. They won't do videos clarifying their intentions and what they meant by this, that, and the third. But now maybe because I put it out there through the spirit, now maybe you might see 1 or 2. You see, that's a bone. One of the guys might be just dumb smart enough to go do it, Nothing worse than a dumb, smart nigga,
Hey, but does not the scripture say, confess ye your faults one to another? Mm-hmm. So that's a man with integrity that's not ashamed to confess his faults to his brothers, man. It takes a certain type of individual to do that. This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. It says, for if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or
11 and 4. Is it 11 and 4 or 11 and 14?
It was 11 and 4.
Oh, you said 11 and 14.
Did I say 14? Yeah. Oh, Salakia. This is 2 Corinthians 11. Oh, because at the top it says 14. Salakia. Yeah. 11 and 4. It says, for if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him. For I suppose I was not a whit behind the very chiefest apostles, but though I be rude in speech.
Pretty much, if you following
you know, these cats that branched off from the apostles and elders, or these guys who just you know, just heard the word, but didn't want to get with any established camp, you know, order, you know, just come up with some name that they think is going to catch people, and just teach whatever the hell breakdown they want to. Hey, you gonna receive whatever judgment comes upon them. You know, like the unity camp, man. You know, Esau is monitoring all that, man. All right, looking at everybody that goes to them damn unity camps and this, that, and the third. And the Lord can have it to. We in the time of judgment, man. The brother Thaba brought out last week. Judgment beginning at the house of Israel, man. So with judgment beginning at the house of Israel, you guys that put your hand to the plow, but you just not following the Lamb, you just following man. Hey, there's gonna be some crucial ass judgment coming for y'all, man.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, you might as well bear with them, since you want to follow somebody that's believing on another anointed, which there is no anointed outside of the outside.
Yeah, the scriptures tell you there's only one name given under heaven whereby men must be saved.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one spirit. Okay? One body, one mind. There's no duality of the spirit, man. The scriptures tell you a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And if the Most High is perfect, then why would he be obtuse? Obtuse isn't a perfect shape.
Right.
It's like this. It's like it's oblong.
Elongated.
Oblong. Okay? Oblong. Oblong.
This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 5. 4 verse 1. Therefore, I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called. What? This brother's whack, man. Just fucking, just, damn, man.
What's the worst, you know?
The daughters of music shall be brought low.
Worse and worse.
With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit and the bond of peace.
The unity of the Spirit and the bond of peace. So these guys, they're really not about peace, because division, when your body is divided, is it at peace? When your blood is attacking your immune system or vice versa, that's not peace. So these guys claiming unity and claiming peace, but you can't have peace when there's disruption. Your frequencies are clashing. Your doctrine, you're not in the spirit of peace, because the spirit of peace is exactly what the definition of peace is, man. You can't have peace at a unity camp with different doctrines. But you can't tell a nigga that shit.
What you mean?
Right.
What did I fucking say? I just said what I meant.
Right. See, they have eyes to see and ears to hear, but they can't perceive and they can't understand. They're spiritually discerned, man.
Conscious and seared with a hot iron.
With the hot iron. There's no opening up of that flesh and bringing life back to it, reattaching the limb. It's gone. They're going to be forever without it.
Them niggas they blinder than a three-headed baby with one set of eyes.
Blinder than the mole rat. And them motherfuckers blind as fuck. Hey, this is
okay. Verse 4. There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism.
One Lord, one faith, one baptism. One baptism. You're supposed to be baptized with this word, not in the dunking of holy water. So you get these idiots that go to like GOCC and they'll get physically baptized and dunked in a river in water. You're supposed to be baptized. You're washed with the word. The word is supposed to wash you. Why? Because your conscience being unclean, you're supposed to become clean. You can't physically be born again. Just like you can't physically wash away a sin.
Right.
Being dunked in the water is nothing than a lazy bath, man. That's a short shit shower.
Shit. So one more verse. It says verse 6.
So like if baptizing in water was so precious, then you wouldn't have all these pedophiles grabbing babies and dunking them like nuggets and shit, you know? Like chicken wings. They're fucking dunking them in that bowl and shit. Babies all
They
freaking
put
out.
demons on them, man.
Yeah, baby's brains fucked up. He's like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. That's what these guys are doing, man. When the scriptures are talking about you false pastors, that you went but you were never sent, it's talking about you guys, man. Though you be Israelites, so what? I'm a Christian. You don't know me.
Right. We're bad. We're bad.
You don't know who has a soul, who didn't. Yeah, fucking ginger Israelites, man. Gingers don't got no soul.
And verse 6. One God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. But unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Hamashiach.
According to the measure of the gift, man. So a lot of these guys will go outside their own bounds and measures. They won't stay where they're good at. Because they're looking for more, a bigger claim to some piece of fame. When a fighter or an athlete or whatever, when they win, they don't start talking about, yeah, man, you see these triceps, you know, this back right here, be putting in work, man, you know, my calves, my Achilles is on point, you don't know what I... They don't start shouting out random body parts. The first thing they do is they thank the team, they thank the coach. It's an outward expression of gratitude. But these guys, when you see them, it's all about an internal expression of gratitude. You know, I'm the great General Yahana. You know, and then the other guy, I'm the comforter. You have all these guys that, I. Pride, man.
Nathaniel Ray.
Right.
Wait, social construct.
Yeah, that's a social construct.
That was the ginger, the redhead with the cone.
I don't remember.
Social construct.
It's like, what are you talking about? I remember that part. So you see, the real unity is in the spirit. And the spirit is going to be without dismemberment. So the doctrine is what is supposed to unify us, man. And these guys, they don't got that spirit of actually prophesying. You see more videos on them reacting to like hate crimes. You don't see them going in on World War III, the Mark of the Beast, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. You got all these troops getting over there right now as we speak. The earth being defiled under the inhabitants thereof, and how it's supposed to actually be in a state of decay. Because when life and peace is actually brought to us, it's gonna revert from what it is now. So if the end result is 100% perfection, that lets you know that the other side of the equation, the balance of it is negative energy. We need positive over there, just like a battery. So you don't see these guys going in on these topics, and it's for a good cause. They don't believe, man. They're not really teachers. The prophet, just because you're an Israelite and you wear a garment, that doesn't mean you're doing anything. You can wear fringes to your work. You wear fringes, you know, anywhere you go. But unless you're actually on those highways and byways prophesying and not dismantling the truth, okay, then look, man, you got problems, okay?
I got a quick one real quick. This is 2 Philippians 2:2. It says, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord and of one mind.
Of one accord and of one mind. So if you have an accord with someone, it means you have an agreement. The Most High, when he made an agreement with Israel, he didn't make a covenant with, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. He didn't split it up. He said, no, you're my nation of people. Now they have their own independent attributes, but as far as the covenant and the promise and the blessings go, that's on the whole nation of Israel. That's not just, oh, you know, some of you guys are going to be, you know, this tribe in the kingdom is going to be better than that tribe. No. It tells you it's going to be a nation of kings and priests. Kings and priests.
Verse 3 says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
Right. And these guys, they're not about giving double honors to the men that taught them. And it's not even about saying double honors. It's about living double honors, man. You can say things all you want, but unless you live it and you actually become the embodiment of those virtues that you're claiming you have, it means nothing. It still means nothing, man. The so-called white man, I don't care. He can say forever and ever that he's not the devil, that he's not Edom, that he's not Esau. But he's the only motherfucker on this planet, pardon my French, that fits the description of the wicked to a T, man.
Yep.
So you don't have to convince me otherwise, because I already know what the spirit is exposed.
This is Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Right. I mean, come on, man. It's plain and simple. So these guys, even though they're unified, are they really going to be helping each other out? Do they really have a support system set up for each other? You know, can they really call and ask and rely on one another when things get bad?
How can they
Probably,
pray for each other?
Because, you know, they're in their own little world of things. You know, they probably do because they're worldly and the world loves its own. You know? What are you saying?
I was saying, how can they pray for each other?
Like, right, the scriptures tell you that the prayers of a righteous man availeth much. It says that they availeth much. Okay? So these guys can pray all they want, this and that. They can be into the herbs and the medicine. Hey, the Most High could even allow them to be prolonged just to taste missiles. But that's the thing, that's one thing that gets me. Is a lot of these guys act like the missiles, like they know the missiles aren't going to touch them. They just know for a fact that they got a seat on the chariot. That's why the brothers reading meekness and lowliness of mind, esteeming others better than themselves. Meaning what? That they're supposed to be pushing each other out on the forefront of their podiums, not themselves. They're supposed to be pushing each other out. See?
This is 2 Ezra 15:20. It says, behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them.
Yep. So you got all these nations, okay, that are going to turn on America. You got China. You got China right now that's getting tired of the sanctions from coming from Iran. Then also you got, okay, look at this. This is an article from SputnikNews.com. It says Russian, Indian, Latvian, Filipino nationals aboard a UK flagged oil tanker seized by IRGC. Okay? So you have all this national tension going on. And what are these guys worried about? Why there aren't enough black men loving black women? What kind of gripe is that, man?
Because a black woman loves a white man.
And who the fuck are you to speak on who I'm fucking with? Shit, what does it matter who I'm fucking with? Shit.
You know, then you got Zabak, you know, one of the points he was making when they were out there in Chicago, it was like, you know, we're out here for you, you young black men, you know, you killing each other, this, that, and the third. Look, they don't want to hear that, man. You're supposed to be condemning them.
Yeah.
Not trying to buddy up with them and, hey, look, man, we're cool, man. We're cool people. We're cool, man. We're cool.
And the funny thing is, they listen when you condemn them. That's when they'll stop and they'll listen. Because it's cutting them to the core, so they have no choice but to listen.
Yep. And then at the end of that cut session, they naturally teach and they kill you.
Hey, blessed are ye when men shall persecute you.
And that's what they did to Stephen.
Matter of fact, let me grab that.
That's exactly the point. Yep.
Revelation 22 and
Yeah, you know what? Because if you're teaching this word and people don't hate you and they don't want to kill you, you're doing it wrong, my man.
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing it all wrong.
If you're in unity,
Yeah,
you are doing it wrong, my man.
Didn't you know the servant's not greater than the master?
Right.
and there was a rapper.
Which of the prophets have they not killed?
There was a rapper who said in this community where ain't no fucking unity, ain't no unity in the black community. You know? A quick precept. This is Matthew 5 and verse.
Started at 10.
Yeah. Oh, you got
That's what I was about to read.
you got
Oh, current. This is Matthew 5 and 10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake."
For his sake. So Yahweh, he was one to cause division. He said, "Think not that I've come to send peace on earth. I've come to send a sword." What does a sword do? It cuts, it kills, and when it pierces and when it slices, what does it do to the object?
Separates.
Splits it. He tells you that your enemy shall be they of your own household. Man. So come on, man. If you're not hating, if people aren't, looking to destroy your life, especially those like the Negro, Latino, North American Indian people, then you're doing it all wrong.
Verse 12. It says, "Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you."
So what are you supposed to be doing as a prophet? You're supposed to be getting a hate mail. You're supposed to be getting your videos deleted, your videos thumbed down.
Channel shut down.
People are recognizing you and giving you dirty looks. All that, man. You're supposed to be experiencing the hate of the world, not the love and the unity and acceptance of people of the people around you. And the world is gonna, if you're really doing, following and pursuing the path, this outline that you might receive salvation, the world's gonna try to sucker you back in. The world's gonna try to make it appear like, you know what, I'm doing good. I don't need to go teach the word because everything, I got my family back. And there was one guy in the camp that's what happened.
Yeah.
He got his family back. He got his relationship with his son back.
Which he yearned for the whole
Which
time.
he yearned for the whole
He
time.
bitched about that the whole fucking time. He was like, "Son, man."
It's like, okay, the Most High answered your prayer, but now you're gonna turn your back on him. Now that you got what you wanted out of it, that's it. You see, so the morality, man, and character, that's something you can't just wash away with the physical water. It's a spirit that has to wash over you. Okay, that's why the scripture talks about these people, the priests and the wicked scribes and Pharisees. They can wash themselves. The people, the wicked, can wash themselves with a lot of nitrate, all that strong soap, and it's not gonna wash away their sins. And you see, they make soap so strong it'll lighten up your skin color. But does that mean it washed away your sins and it cleaned up your moral character? Nope. Sorry. Psych. You choke, nigga.
This is Revelation 22 and 11, pertaining to the niggas in Chicago. All right, the niggas around the world. Period. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still.
That's right.
Because in the end, all the fish are look, we're separating now. Whether we you can really tell or not, that seal, that stamp is being put on people. And there's more people to be destroyed than there is going to be delivered. That's just the math equation of it, man.
Yep.
That's just how the money. That's just how the money breaks down.
He was just talking about this. This is Matthew 23 and 25. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also."
So a lot of these bigger groups, they're faced with challenges that they're going to have to answer for, like income tax, making all this online revenue. For a while, it's been untaxable, but now the government's like, hey, look at all this revenue that's being created, and we're not able to tax people on it. That's what happened with alcohol and beer. That's what the government was doing in the time of George Washington, putting taxes on beer and not allowing people to make their own alcohol because they wanted that profit margin. Same thing happened with marijuana.
Yep.
And that's why now it's legal and recreational and medicinal for certain states. And it's fixing a lot of problems. Why? Because of the money. You see? So what happened with Comfy? On the outside, he was like a clean cut, but inside, he was just full of theft and robberies, man. He was full of sick things, of gross things. And he finally got caught for being what? An extortioner. He was extorting people. Just like, what's his name? Kane from IUIC, what's his name? Bishop Kanai?
Kanai.
Kane, Kanai? Carl Kanai? Conniving Kanai, man. And the thing is, the elders and apostles of Greatmillstone, they told a lot of you guys early on that these guys were nothing but swindlers and charlatans and selling snake oil. They're just con artists. A lot of you people buy into it because of a look, because of an outer appearance. Like I said, man, there's a lot of things going on right now. Okay, on the national levels, that people aren't paying attention to be watching these signs of the times coming to pass. So you can clean and be this outer appearance all you want, but it's not going to stop. It's not going to save you. It's not going to deliver you from the missiles, because that fire, that's the fire. The fire is coming. You don't really see a lot of these guys talk about these prophecies of importance. All prophecies are important. But Yahweh Shai even asked, I'm sorry, it was John the Baptist even asked, he said, you are serpents, who warned you to flee from the wrath to come? So even he knew the wrath, and that was 2,000 years ago. But was he acting like it was 2,000 years away? And he was like, I'm just going to kick it. I'll come back a couple more times, and then right at the end, I'll get it together, and I'll be good. Nigga time.
Game plan.
He sought the Lord 10 times more.
Right. As you're supposed to do. See, people, Jake, I say people, I'm saying Jake, man. Priorities are all fucked up.
2nd Ezra 15 and 21, continuing on the Most High bringing the nations, kings of the earth to reverence him. All right, verse 21. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also in recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord, power. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I also do in recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord power, my right hand shall not spare the sinners. That's Yahweh Shai.
Yep, my right hand will not spare the sinners. Man.
And my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth.
Yeah, that goes for Edom, Esau, everybody, because when you get into Revelation, it tells it's asked, or it's mentioned that he's going to actually avenge the blood of the prophets. But because sentence against evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. These are reoccurring themes for you to be able to pick up on, to learn the characteristics, the mannerism, the way you're supposed to walk and think, man. This is the time of guidance. But a lot of people turn away the helping hand because it's not to their, it doesn't look right, man. You got this weird knuckle. Oh, you got a cut on your hand. Don't, man. You got blood on you. I can't touch blood. Like, damn, man. Okay, well, to hell with you. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's 4 of them.
It's 5.
That's 5 of them.
Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets. She cried from the chief place of concourse in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Right. How long is this going to take place and go on? That no matter what area we go to, no matter what marketplace or public gathering we go to, people are still going to be into their devices. They're going to be literally into their devices and into the lust of their flesh, right?
To the point that their devices don't need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Market of beast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's threefold.
I'm 18.
Verse 23 says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Yeah, the scripture even says that he stretched out his hand to, or he's been pursuing basically a gainsaying people. People they don't want to hear, they don't want to repent, they don't want to do nothing right. And that first and foremost, it goes for them that obey and teach the gospel, because the scriptures tell you if the judgment begins at us, at the house of the Most High, then how much more is it going to affect those that obey not the gospel? Like, here it is, you got good news. All right, man, I got good news. Here it is. And everyone's like, I don't want to listen to that good news, man. So for those that are pursuing it and are doing it immorally, then and we're going to get judged because we put our hand to that plow. How much worse is it for them that don't obey, that don't read, that don't pick up, that don't follow, that don't understand? See, the Most High has it out for a large number of our people to where he really wants them off the fucking planet.
That's right.
This is Jeremiah 6. I'm going to start at 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they say, we will not.
They say you shall find rest for your souls.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have rest in the flesh. No. Comfortable feet and proper, skeleton, alignment and all that shit.
Yeah.
Frequency and good food and pineal gland and bloodstream and, non-ashy skin. No, it says you'll find rest
For your soul.
for your souls, man. Meaning you have a peace of mind that you can be at ease and not so worrying about those questions that you had before you woke up to the knowledge.
Yep.
What's the meaning of life? What's the point of all this shit? Why the fuck am I can never get ahead and all this? When you get those answers and you're like, damn, the truth has set me free, man.
Yeah.
I don't gotta worry about those things no more, because if I do these simple tasks, then I won.
Yep.
Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father, is not a man that should lie nor repent, nor is he not going to give you a good reward. He's a rewarder of good works, man. But if you do bad works, he's going to reward you with bad gifts too. So look, you get a gift, you get a gift, you all get a gift. Okay?
No, it says, but they say we will not walk therein.
See? But what do our people say? Especially those that learn to teach. They don't want to get in order, man. They don't want to get under order. Because when you got to get under order, now you got to be accountable. You got to be responsible. You got to be take a responsibility for your actions. And a lot of these guys, man, look, we all grew up, well, not all of us, but majority of us grew up in fucked up household situations. Parent missing, parent hooked on alcohol or some other drug or some shit. Constantly seeing domestic violence, this, that, and the third, living paycheck to paycheck, on food stamps, going to shelters for food or clothing, right? Wearing hand-me-downs. Come on, man, like, right? We all been through it, okay? But that's not an excuse. You know what I mean? That's not an excuse to stay in that mindset and to just constantly shift blame on reasons why you're not holding yourself to a higher standard. When the scriptures tell you they believe. When Paul said, "Be ye followers of me, even as I am of Yahweh Shai," that's the king. That's the king, man. That's, you know, King of Kings. But he didn't act like, oh, I'm only a carpenter's son, and oh, we had to run away to Egypt and all this woe is me bullshit. So where the hell do you, as a grown-ass man, because you're over the age of 12, you're a grown-ass man, where do you get off starting to act like a little bitch? I don't get it, man. It doesn't make sense. So when you take the gloves off and you deal with Jake harshly, man, you are, hey man, don't man, come on, man. Hey man, fuck you, man. It doesn't make sense.
Verse 17, it says, "Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they say, we will not hearken. Therefore hear ye nations."
Hearken to the sound of the trumpet. The elders and apostles, they've been set up through the Spirit as examples to follow. And a lot of you guys, it's your own fault that you take things that they do in either jest or them being facetious about something, and you'll take that as strict doctrine because you want that as an excuse. Oh, well, apostle departed this, apostle elder this, elder that, did this, did that, so I can do it. So they start picking and choosing those things.
Well, at the same time, they'll say, "Oh, they're just men, though."
Yeah, they're just men. Yeah, they're just men.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're righteous men.
Righteous men.
Yeah, they are just men. You know, and they're gonna, guess what? They're gonna be justified as they continue into the end.
Yeah.
You're not. You quit. You didn't stay committed to the things that you were first signed up for. When you get a job, you say, okay, this is my job description. This is what I do, and then you start to knock certain tasks off, and they're like, how come you didn't do this? Oh, I ran out of time. All right, we'll give you that one for the next day. Why didn't you do that? I can't find time. Well, you're not doing something right if you can't cover the criteria. So we're gonna start looking for your fucking replacement. Get it together or you're fired, man. And these guys got all this time in the world to go pursue their flesh, but to pursue a crown and the greatest reward to ever exist or be created, it's not vital to it, man. So why the hell would you give time or energy towards those types of people, man? When you have perfect examples to show you.
The verse 18, it says, "Therefore hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it."
You reject it. You reject Yahweh Shai by not accepting the true leaders that are set up through the Spirit. And that's all prophetic. That's all prophecy in itself. But you not wanting to acknowledge it doesn't mean it's not true. Just because you won't say that, yeah, that is so, okay, that doesn't mean nothing. It don't mean shit. Okay?
It's Ephesians 6 and 10. "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might."
Yeah, be strong in Yahweh Shai in the power of his might, man. The Most High is mighty to save out of any situation. You can be in any situation and the Most High can save you, man. How is it that you created a diorama? You got your little shoebox, you put it on its side and make all the cutouts, and you play with your little G.I. Joes and Green Army men or whatever the fuck to do, right? And you're like, oh no, this guy, he's got to be saved. And all of a sudden, no, you just go save him.
Yeah.
You created
That's
it.
what happened to King David.
Yeah, that's what happened
King
to
David, cried out because his enemies was too strong for him, and the Most High saved him out of the midst of his enemies. That's initially what the Lord willing going to do for us. Come out of it, my people.
Yep.
Because hey,
It's not impossible.
yeah, man.
With the Lord, it tells you all things are possible.
Hey, because the heathen nations, along with Esau, is going to be the ones that's shooting missiles to the Americas, and the 1/3 where they at here in America. So when those missiles come, our only hope is that the Lord pull us up out of the fire, man.
That's it.
Precept. This is Hebrews 12 and 12 and 22. It says, "But ye are come unto Mount Zion, and unto the city of the living power, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to the innumerable company of angels." Talk about the elect. To the general assembly and church of the firstborn.
General assembly and gathering, church and body of the firstborn. Man. So Yahushua is the Word become flesh, the firstborn of the Most High. Okay, and then the body of the elect. Okay, the 144,000 that elect. Well, we got the 144. We got the elect, the 1/3. Those men that make it. Because the friends of the prophets, receiving a prophet in the name of a prophet is going to receive a prophet's reward.
Yep.
So these men are going to be the first body. Imagine that, a whole group of righteous Israelite men with power. I'm not talking about just, like Batman, Aquaman shit. I'm talking about like Superman and a million suns.
Yeah.
And the power of a million suns. Brother, we were talking about this, like, because brothers make the bead work and stuff, and the stones are heavy. The stones are heavy. And to a lot of people, they're just rocks, and that's good.
That's good, yeah.
But King David, when he took that crown of that Ammonite, it weighed a whole talent of gold. A talent is 75 pounds. Can you imagine wearing a crown, 75 pounds, and you got a belt, you got another 50 to 75 pounds? That's a pit. Pit bulls usually weigh between 50 to 75, 80 pounds on average.
Breastplate.
You got a breastplate with the stones raw. Raw stones. Imagine this, a little bit bigger. Raw stones, boom, boom, boom. You got the belt. You got real gold. Thanos is gonna look like a bitch. Thanos is he didn't even have a fucking beard, man. He had a skin beard. This is big ass weird jaw and shit. We're gonna be walking around. Hey, what these?
Yeah, that dog, the bounty hunter going on.
Yeah, hey man, you see these rappers and they're talking, I got a million bucks. Hey man, you ain't got shit. That ain't shit.
That ain't the pinky.
That's gonna be like your baby's born. You give him a little ice necklace,
Yeah.
Bro, we're gonna be looking like moving metal. We're gonna be looking like moving statues with all the stones and gold, silver, copper, precious metals and jewels. And we're gonna be moving like the Flash. We're gonna be duplicating ourselves. We're gonna be doing all kinds of stuff, man. Woo, man, that should excite you and still bring you into your core and humble you at the same time.
Hell yeah. Because this fight's not over yet.
Right now we're powerless.
Yeah.
So, like the brother's reading about that gathering and that assembly of that body, that first body, that's a precious, powerful thing, man.
Verse 23. Hebrews 12 and 23. To the general assembly and church of the firstborn, which are written in heaven.
Woo-hoo-hoo. It's ordained since the beginning, as the scriptures tell you. These are they that were from the beginning. Who is this? Who is that young man taller than them all who's putting crowns on their heads? As big and bad as we're going to be, Yahushua is going to be bigger and badder, man.
That's right.
Imagine that.
Which are written in heaven, and to the Most High, the judge of all, and to spirits of just men made perfect.
into the spirits of just men who've been made perfect, man. So if it said, look at when you dissect that phrasing, the spirits of just men made perfect. The Creator is going to make us perfect. You can't go about to establish your own righteousness right now because your righteousness is created to be as filthy rags.
Yep. Yep.
See, there's a process to the natural order of things that a lot of these guys they don't really pay attention to because it's small and minute compared to their own grandeur. You know?
They don't want to build up. They want to cut and tear down.
Mm-hmm.
And why they said let everything be done decently in order. Let everything be done to edification. To edify means to build up. But all they want to do is tear shit down. But they talk about unity. How you got unity when all you want to do is tear shit down?
They're tearing down the work that was set before them. The pattern that was laid out in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the way that it was handed over to us, you have to continue in that. Not your little fucking side branch of a community. That's not gonna work, man. And you're running out of time to get your act together because look, more and more. You look at the economic quarters, the fiscal quarters. You look at the seasons. You have all these things that men of the flesh plan their life around carnal things. Men of the flesh act according to the flesh. Mm-hmm. So, look, they're looking at their financial gains, their quarterly gains. They're looking at numbers and recruitment, higher in these months and lower in these months. And they know when they're going to be strong or weak in times of the year. So you'll see them make more aggressive moves in certain times of the year. Mm-hmm. Okay, and a lot of their funding is going towards what? More weaponizations, more weaponizing. Okay, I was just showing these brothers, they have a drone, a flamethrower drone. Mm-hmm. It has up to like a minute and a half worth of fuel. Shoots about 20 feet.
A gallon of fuel. It shoots 25 feet, I believe, and that gallon of fuel can have a continuous stream for roughly around 100 and something seconds.
Right. So over a minute.
Yeah, over a minute, close to a minute and a half. Yeah, yeah.
Right, and they're saying, you know, they try to church it up like, you know, for trained professionals, this and that. And it's like, well, in what scenario would you need that? And then they finally show, oh, you know, you got a hornet's nest or a wasp nest. Mm-hmm. But what other scenario? Like, come on, man. That's just basically another MKV, a multiple kill vehicle. Imagine if a drone just came in here right now on that playground and just started spraying them, little kids, and started moving around. Bro, people are fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the devil is doing, man.
What can you do? You can't run from a drone. They just hover over you and it's gonna keep fucking shooting you or hitting you whatever the fuck you got.
It's got the aerial view on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And the technology is getting to the point to where war has to take place because sooner or later you run out of the bigger stick. And it's like, well, you know, at some point though, right? It's because it's always about whoever's got the bigger stick wins. Mm-hmm. Well, at some point, there's no more bigger stick to grab, and you got to just go bash each other. Yep. And the thing that you should be paying attention to is that they're running out of fucking sticks.
Yep.
Okay? They're running out of sticks, man. That guy needs 2.
Diabetes.
Yeah, that guy's got 2 sticks.
Starfish. He is starfish. He have a starfish.
Oh, man.
Waist down, he's a starfish.
No, he's literally a starfish. He got the 2 nubs, the 2 arms, and the head.
Oh, yeah.
Starfish.
Verse 24. And Yahweh Shai, and to Yahweh Shai, the mediator of the new covenant, and to the blood of sprinkling that taketh that speaketh better things than that of Abel. See that ye refuse not him that speaketh. See, that's some 15. That's like 215. Probably 3 or something.
He's got to put that anti-vibration foam in his shit to keep it moving.
Dynamite. You can't even hear none of the lyrics.
No, all you hear is, a fart thing.
That's a real nigger car right there.
Yeah, you're asking to get pulled over now.
Yep.
You basically just bought your own coffin.
Yeah.
You might as well dig a ditch and drive it in there and let him shoot you.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
Man on the roof.
Yeah. Perfect cave creature, man.
Hey, that's a good slave right there.
Yeah, perfect cave creature.
Hey, he can lift heavy things and carry them long distances.
No, he can't do shit.
Hey, well, he's gonna learn.
He's big for no reason, man.
Verse 25, Hebrews 12:25. See that ye refuse not him that speaketh, for if they escape not who refuse him that spake on earth, much more shall not we escape if we turn away from him that speaketh from heaven. It says, see that ye refuse not him that speaketh, for if they escape not who refuse him that spake on earth, much more shall not we escape if we turn away from him that speaketh from heaven. Moses spoke on earth, and outside from heaven. So it's coming out of Egypt, 2/3 got jacked up, got put to death for not listening to Moses.
Yeah.
Hey, Yahweh Shai speaking from heaven, missiles is going to be the result of not listening to him.
Yeah, the example of that is with Paul. Because Yahweh Shai was speaking to Paul from heaven. And what if Paul didn't listen and go get his eyes fixed? You know? What if Paul didn't listen and realize it? Because he knew it was the Lord, he knew it was Yahweh Shai. But what if he didn't? You know? Like we'd be reading about somebody else, basically.
Yep. Most High would have taught somebody else.
In the end of his life.
Yep.
Like, and this was the guy that didn't listen.
Yep.
But
He would have been an example.
Mm-hmm.
right. So if we tell you of earthly things and you believe not, how much more of a spiritual thing? It's the same concept. It's the same reiteration. And these women are gonna hate when that day comes. They're gonna hate what they're wearing, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And you know what? To be honest, unless they got something to keep themselves clean. Well, I don't even know because guys do some dirty shit.
Sure.
You know, but man, the smell of a nasty woman will turn you all the way off, man. You couldn't even become a hard stone no more. you become a limp rabbit.
Limp noodle.
Yeah, you become a cooked noodle. You ain't doing nothing with it, man. So,
Even when you smell something that resembles a fucking woman, I was at work a couple weeks ago, and there was some type of chemical that they had in this fucking building, man, and it smelled like a mistress woman, man. And I was just like, God damn.
yeah.
I was fucking hating that shit, man.
You notice a lot of those smells, they're not good for you. They're not good for you. Those smells aren't good for you. I worked at a metal etching plant where they use chemicals to eat away at metal to etch into it. Instead of using a CNC laser
to
or
erode
water
it?
to cut, it eats. They put a film on that is it's a repellent of the chemical, but whatever's not covering, whatever's not covered with this layer, this film, it gets eaten away by the metal, by an acid bath, basically, by the chemical, because it's called chemical etching. So once a week, you got to clean out these machines, and that shit smells almost like a mustard tear gas smell, like sour Dijon mustard or something, It's got this real strong smell that just burns. It burns like horseradish, but it's not good for you. And it's got a very distinct smell, man. And the day we had to clean it, I had to quit. I said, look, man, I can't do this. I can't. Sorry, I don't want to waste any more of your time. I know you need somebody, but I can't do it. I'm gonna have problems, Unless you got something else for me in another department, I could do a lot of other things. You can't be afraid to confess a fault, to just say you're wrong. I'm not good for this position, whatever. And Jake, a lot of times they don't want to confess it, man.
Yeah.
You see? But look, man, We had the voice of Moses, the voice of the prophets, even the voice of Yahweh Shai on the earth, and people still didn't listen. Now we got the Spirit speaking expressly concerning many things, and people act like it's not speaking. You got brothers out here being prophets. We're prophets, telling you of these things to come before they come to pass, hoping to guide those of moral character and compass. But who's gonna follow, man? That's why Yahweh said that this generation is likened unto you speak to your fellows in the marketplace, and you sing, and you make a time and place for them to mourn and to dance, but they don't react. They don't react to making this being said. So we're blowing the trumpet, warning them, look, civil unrest is coming. Okay? Disorder is coming, man. That's right. Chaos is coming.
That's right.
And look, our souls are at rest because we know that we're pursuing a righteous path. Whereas these other guys, man, you got somebody out there who actually made a bug out video. So this is my Israelite bug out bag. You got guys making bug out bags and putting them online. Like you always got to pack like it's the winter. You know, whenever you pack a bug out bag, pack for the winter.
Didn't Yahweh Shai say that if you're out in the field, not to return back onto your house?
These niggas didn't read it. You know, that's the only conclusion you can come to. Either they read it and they didn't understand it, or they didn't care. You don't have too many options for our imagination, you see. But we have all these scriptures to tell us how to be, how to think, how to act, behave, everything. Everything is covered, man. But they don't want to put on that spiritual garment. They want to put on the physical garment. Have fringes. They got the new Michael Jordan Hanes with the fringes on them. They got the new gold toes Michael Jordans with the fringes around the ankles.
Oh, shit.
You know? It's like, come on, man.
This is Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left.
That's that guiding, like a shepherd guides an animal with the staff. He's walking with the cane, and he's got a hook so he can grab him by the neck. That's what that hook's for. It's not for show. It's so he can grab him out of bushes,
Thickets.
grab him out of thickets, so smack him on the ass with the long end. Hey, oh shit. So when you hear that voice, it's to guide you, man. It's to guide you through your walk. We see these things, these wars and rumors of wars. We know the end's coming. Earthquakes in diverse places. That's letting us know that, look, it's the more you see these things happening, the more you're supposed to be getting serious, man. That's what it's telling you, because it's birthing pains. And then it stops and it dies down and Jenkins for good. It's birthing pains, man. A lot of these guys have kids, know what it's like for the woman to go through it. And they can discern the physical signs, but the spiritual signs, they're not discerning.
You have something on that? Yeah, I can finish the rest of this. Verse 26, Hebrews 12:26. Whose voice did shook the earth, but now he hath promised, saying, yet once more I shake not the earth only, but also heaven. And this word, yet once more, signified the removing
Hey, Lamentations 4:21. They got it, you know, I'm glad they're doing it. Because if it wasn't them, I'd be upset and confused. Like, well, fuck, who's eating? Who is it? If not him, who is it? You know? So, hey, everyone's got a mark on it, you know? And so that's part of that, you know, it's a vexation, but at the same time, it's an easement. It's a calming, it's kind of like, all right, you know what it is, you know?
Verse 27, and this word, yet once more, signifies the removing of those things that are shaken, as of things that are made, that those things which cannot be shaken may remain.
Yeah, what cannot be shaken is going to remain. Faith.
That's right. That's right.
It's that simple of someone like, oh, this is how we be. There's a repetitive nature of the scriptures, man. But it's spoken in these mysteries to keep you dumbasses at bay. You know, like a bunch of side ducks and shit. Side. A bunch of dumb little Pokemon running in the walls and shit, man.
Getting headaches.
Getting headaches. Oh, getting headaches. Can't evolve or nothing.
Verse 28, wherefore we receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace whereby we may serve the Most High acceptably with reverence and godly fear.
So he's talking about grace, serving the Most High with reverence and godly fear, man. So in all things that we rejoice in at the same time, you're still in fear because we're not certain. We're not certain. The scriptures tell you that our lives are hid in Yahushua. Our lives are hid. We don't know the end, man. But we know that what Yahushua went through, we're going to have to go through similar things. And if you're not going through those similar things and experiencing those similar things, you're doing it all wrong, man. You're doing it wrong.
That verse 29, for our power is a consuming fire.
Our power is a consuming fire. So in the ancient day, the fire was for the altar, the sacrifice. The Most High is constantly demanding of a sacrifice. For someone to have created and given you everything, is it not right that you should always give him something? Because it's his. Whatever it is that you've gotten, he's giving it to you. So why wouldn't you share some? A little kid naturally does that. When you see little kids and babies and they got their food and they're eating, what's one of the first things they do? Offer you some. They got oranges and stuff and they're walking around and they're eating it. You're like, ooh, that looks good. The first thing they do, want some? You know, nom nom. You know,
You want some
they
M&Ms?
share, man. Little children, they share, man. You know, unless they throw it all over the table, but when they start getting to that age where they're bottling around with that heavy ass head, and those little citrus oranges, they're trying to give them to you and shit. Got that bowl of bananas popping out and shit, they're trying to give you some. Hey, look, man. Always have that level of humility, no matter what, you know. So anyway, with that, we're gonna wrap it up. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles, better known as the Greatmillstone. Shalom to the elect, the 1/3, and death to 2/3.